right, everybody. Thanks for joining us. We've got media availability ahead of Miami's college football playoff first round game at Texas A&M on Saturday. First up is quarterback Carson Beck. As a reminder, if you could use the hand raise function so we know to call on you, and we will start with Adam Lichtenstein. Adam, go ahead.
Hey Carson, I know we kind of asked you kind of throughout the year about playing in big games. You obviously played in several big games at Georgia. You guys won the national title twice while you were there. Just what did you, I guess, learn from those experiences, even if you didn't play in all those games? Just what did you learn from just being there?
Yeah, of course. Obviously, these big games, the atmosphere and the environment is going to be next to none. And for us, what that means is focusing in on our preparation, right? That's all we can do is focus on our preparation. Obviously, we're super excited for this opportunity, super excited for the challenge that this is going to, bring towards us. But again, all you got to do is focus on your preparation and continue to work each day. And then ultimately on Saturday, go out and execute.
Next, we'll go to Matt Shodell. Matt, go ahead.
Yeah, hey Carson. Texas A&M, obviously their third down defense and their sacks is something that catches everyone's eyes. Um, can you sort of just talk about that? I mean, do they do things, because I know you study film tirelessly. Do they do things that maybe other defensive fronts haven't done that you guys have to be sort of differently prepared for?
Yeah, I mean, obviously they're the number one team in the country on third downs, and a lot of that is accredited to the players that they have on their defense. They're obviously super talented in the back end, super talented up front, and in their linebacking core. But another part of that is the scheme that they do, right? What what their DC has obviously schemed up each and every week, scheming up protections and bringing different types of blitzes and mixing up coverages and things of that sort. So again, we understand, the challenge that we're going to have to face when it comes to third down. And obviously that's a huge emphasis for us as we head into this game on Saturday.
Next, we'll go to Jordan McPherson. Jordan, go ahead.
Hey, Carson, I've got two questions for you. First off, Coach Cristobal talked last week about the meeting you guys had after the SMU game where showed a bunch of highlights and basically said that he wanted you guys to realize who you were. Why did that meeting resonate as much as it did, and what did it mean to see the team respond the way that you guys did over those final 4 weeks of the season to get to this point?
Yeah, I think a lot of times, just in the world that we live in with the media and social media and just everything, all the noise around you, that sometimes that outside noise can start to kind of leak in, right? And it's really hard to keep that out, especially as a team, right? And everybody hears it, but I think that meeting really resonated with us because all the negativity that was outside leaking in, like we watched that and we seen that and we met about it. And it's like, guys, I think this is who we are, right? Like we've put it on film. We've done this. We've done it before. We've beat very talented teams, and this is what we're capable of. Finishing out this regular season, and obviously we were able to do that and finish the way that we wanted to, and now have earned the opportunity to play in this playoff and go play Texas A&M on Saturday.
And then secondly, I wanted to ask you about Francis Mauigoa. I know you've only been with him for 1 year, but what stands out the most to you about what he means to this team?
Obviously, he's been here since the beginning, right? Obviously, when Coach Cristobal came in, he's one of the first guys that has been obviously in this university at the U for his whole tenure, and he leads that offensive line, right? And obviously, there's a lot of older guys on that offensive line, and they lead the way, right? I've said that this whole entire season, that those two groups, D-line, O-line, they lead the way on both sides of the ball, and we're right behind him. Obviously, he's one of the best players in the country at what he does. And again, I'm happy that we have him on our team, and I'm happy that he's up there at right tackle protecting him.
Next, we'll go to Chris Stock. Chris, go ahead.
Yeah, Carson, curious how you feel physically, and since your last game, and also what you've kind of been doing since you guys have last played. As you get prepared here, you've had some extra time.
Yeah, of course. I mean, I feel great. Obviously, we haven't played a game in a couple of weeks, and really the biggest thing is staying in shape, right? Stay in shape, trying to get stronger, right? Put on some extra muscle that maybe you lost, throughout the season. It's kind of hard to maintain that, as you go through the season. You're playing games, you're getting banged up, you're beat up, right? So you get a little time off. It doesn't necessarily mean it's time off, right? It's time to work. It's time to get better. And I think that's what we've done. That's what we've been doing, these past 2 weeks. And as we head into this week of preparation, is just continuously getting better, staying in shape, conditioning, and ultimately getting that physicality and that edge back so that we're ready on Saturday.
And we'll go back to Adam. Adam, go ahead.
Hey again. So one of the things that's kind of stood out the last few games, it's kind of just like the guys who started to make more of an impact the last couple of games. Keelan Marion, Gerard Pringle, and Elijah Lofton are three guys that have stood out to me at least. Lofton's had a couple touchdowns, Pringle's getting more time, Keelan's become a go-to target. Just how has adding, getting those guys more involved, letting them have kind of more of an impact in the offense, how does that change up or maybe make things more difficult for opposing defenses when they can't just lock into one guy?
Yeah, well, you get obviously CJ goes down, right? Lyle's been battling, injury throughout the season, and you get guys that go down, and obviously it's always next man up. But like we really mean that when we say that, right? And we've also shown that. Those guys have really stepped up in those big time situations and big time games, right? And big time moments as well. Making big runs on first down, explosive runs, making big plays on third down, touchdown catches, things of that sort. So again, the chemistry continues to go, and it's really all starting to come together at the right time, I feel like, for us. And again, those guys have stepped up in an instrumental way for our team, and we honestly expect that out of them as we head into this postseason.
And we'll wrap up with Tim Reynolds. Tim, go ahead.
Thanks, Carter. Hey, Carson. Apologies if you were asked this because I jumped on a little late, but if you guys hadn't gotten picked for this thing, it's probably realistic to think that a lot of you were done with college football. I mean, nobody knows what would have happened with the bowl game, and you know how people opt out and all that good stuff. How relieved, excited, nervous, whatever the emotions were you in that moment, waiting to see if you guys got in? And just what is this? I mean, you came here to try to win a national championship. To have this opportunity, just what does it mean now?
It means everything. And you just said it. You kind of answered the question. This is what
Sorry about that.
No, you're good. You're good. You're good. I mean, this is what I came here for. Obviously, back a year ago, I was waiting to, get surgery on my right arm, it's crazy how much can happen in a year. And here we are, right? It's been one hell of a year, and there's been a lot of adversity that we've had to face as a team, that I've had to face individually. In that moment, to see the U come up on the TV, I obviously was extremely excited and ready for the opportunity, right? This team is excited to compete. We're excited to go out there and show the product and the brand of what the U is, right? What the U is and what it stands for, and the culture of who we are. So again, we've been preparing our butt off, and we're ready to go compete.
I know you wanted it to happen. That's an obvious one, but you knew the noise and the dialogue going in. Did you think it was going to happen?
Oh, absolutely. And honestly, just based off of the way that everything was trending, right? And obviously we started lower just based off of kind of when they started the rankings and whatnot, but we knew what had to be done. We knew what we were capable of to put ourselves in a position for the people that were making the decision to see, hey, like these guys are ready and can compete with anybody, kind of like I said after the Pitt game. And I truly believe that. And, obviously they made the decision to put us in, and here we are preparing and have been preparing these past 2 weeks to go face Texas A&M on the road.
Thanks, man.
Absolutely.
Great. Thank you, Carson. We'll see you in College Station on Saturday.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate you.
All right, we'll go into questions for running back Mark Fletcher. As a reminder, if you could use the hand raise function so we know to call on you. And once again, we will start with Adam Lichtenstein. Adam, go ahead.
Hey, Mark, how are you?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
Doing well. So obviously, you've been with this team for several years now. You've seen them kind of come up from, struggling a couple years ago now to being in the playoffs. Just what does this moment mean for you and all the guys who've been on this team for 3-4 years, who've really been through this whole process under Coach Cristobal?
Yeah, nah, this is what we came here to do. Came here to change the culture of the program, change how people view us. But we just came in here all together, stuck to the plan, and we just excited for this opportunity.
Next, we'll go to Matt Shodell. Matt, go ahead.
Yeah, hey, Mark. I wanted to ask you about the importance of the run game. I know you guys have had some really bright moments, maybe some not so bright moments. But a game like this with a team that gets after the quarterback so much, how much do you put upon yourself? How much is your room putting upon yourselves to really take the pressure off Carson?
Honestly, that's the goal every week, man. Even in practice, we just want to show up, be the best running backs that we could be. So that's every game, practice, anything.
Next, we'll go to Jordan McPherson. Jordan, go ahead.
Yeah, hey Mark, two questions for you. First off, just how did it feel getting back, and how much do you feel like you've progressed health wise since getting back Virginia Tech week to where you are now?
I'm doing good enough to do my job, and man, I'm just ready to roll. I'm excited. Hey, I woke up today, I'm breathing. I wouldn't want to be anywhere else.
And then also wanted to ask you, Coach Cristobal told us last week about the team meeting you guys had after the SMU loss, where you guys came together. He put up a bunch of film of what you guys did well the first few weeks, and then told you guys, let's realize who we are. What did that meeting mean to you guys, and what was it like watching how you guys responded from that meeting and showing what you guys did those final 4 weeks?
Yes, sir. No, we always knew what we were capable of as a team. And at the end of the day, this is a kids' game. You got little kids playing this game. It's simple. Just people make it hard. So at the end of the day, we all have a goal that we want to set. And when we just come together as one, I don't feel like there's anybody who can stop us.
Next, we'll go to Tim Reynolds. Tim, go ahead.
Hey, Mark, happy holidays.
Saying to you.
Thanks, man. Off what you just said, how it's a kid's game. You've always played this game with a lot of joy, or at least tried to. How important is that for you? Everybody leads like in their own way.
Yeah.
How important is it for you to be the guy that's always smiling?
I mean, that just always came naturally to me. And so I don't really take it as something that's, very important. Even though it is, I don't really look at it like that. I just try to come in here with good energy, somebody that people could just lean on, because like I said, yeah, it's a kids game, but we all here working, like everybody's getting paid, but man, you just gotta really enjoy football. Like this, when we were kids playing this game, we wasn't thinking about, well, how much I'm gonna get paid, or damn, am I gonna do all this and that. It's just you just had the joy of playing football, having the joy of catching, running, beating people, and if we just tap into that, man, we could just all enjoy it, and we could reach that goal that we want to reach.
And Mark, one more for you real quick. When last Sunday, when they had the show and then Alabama comes up 9, I think that's when probably a lot of people realized, wow, it really did come down to Miami and Notre Dame. And that's when people expected to see the U in that next screen. And obviously it happened. What was that moment like for you? And did you believe that the committee was going to do this and judge you guys on the head-to-head?
Honestly, for me, I didn't know what to believe. I just know that we finished the season strong and we did everything that we needed to do, control what we controlled, and whatever the cards that we were going to be dealt with, we were just going to handle it. But totally, very appreciative for them choosing us, and we're just not going to take this opportunity for granted.
Thanks, man.
Yes, sir.
And we'll wrap up with one more from Adam. Adam, go ahead.
Hey again. So speaking of guys who, bring energy, looking at Gerard Pringle, he's obviously gotten a bigger role the last, month or so. Really a quick guy. Just what does he bring to the running back room, especially when he's, paired with you, paired with Marty, got, bigger guys who, can pound the rock. Just what does he bring to that running back room?
He just brings another dog. He's fast guy, but he has power too. He runs real hard. He's excited, ready to learn always, and man, I just can't wait to see how far he goes in his career.
Great. Thank you, Mark. We'll see you Saturday in College Station.
Yes, sir. God bless y'all.
Hey, Car, here's James Brockermeyer.
Hey, James, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
All right. We'll move up front to the offensive line, and we'll start with James Brockermeyer again, if you can use the hand raise function so we know to call on you. And we will start with Matt Shadell. Matt, go ahead.
Oh, hey, James. Thanks for taking a few minutes here. So, Texas A&M, obviously you've seen the film. They bring pressure a lot of different ways. and you have a lot on your shoulders, I guess, in this game in particular. Do they do a lot of more exotic things than the average team in trying to attack an offensive line? Can you talk about how difficult this challenge is going to be up front, not just physically, but schematically for you guys?
Yeah, like you said, they do a lot of exotic and challenging things for sure on third down, and even just normal down distance too. They do some exotic stuff sometimes, and yeah, it's a huge challenge for sure. They're coached well. They have a lot of good players up front. They got some really good pass rushers. So from a schematic standpoint and just from a talent standpoint, it'll be very very challenging for us, and we're ready for it.
Next, we'll go to Adam Lichtenstein. Adam, go ahead.
Hey James, you're one of the few guys on the team that does have experience, being in, a playoff environment, being on a team that makes the playoffs. Just what stood out from your time at Alabama when you guys made the playoffs? What stood out to you about just the environment, the atmosphere, the preparations, kind of the whole process of it?
Yeah, I think one of the most important things is, just not getting too caught up in all of the external factors that get brought into moments like this. I think it's important just to treat it like, any other game, whether that's in September, November, or, a game in December or January. So you need to, focus on what's important and not get caught up in external factors, because at the end of the day, the guys in our locker room are going to be what determine the outcome of this game.
Next, we'll go to Jordan McPherson. Jordan, go ahead.
Yeah. Hey, James, I've got two questions for you. First off, wanted to ask you about Francis Mauigoa. I know you've only been with him for a year, but what stands out the most about him and the way he's able to impact a team and impact the offensive line?
Yeah, CC is definitely one of my all-time favorite teammates ever. I remember when I was at Alabama and he was visiting Alabama, and I looked at him and I was just like, geez, these high schoolers are getting a little out of hand now. I mean, he's just physically just an absolute freak, and getting to play with him this year has just been a huge blessing. And I know everyone knows how great of a football player he is, but I know it's cliche, but he really is a better human being off the field. I mean, he's so just down to earth, humble, and you would never know, what a stud he is on the field just by talking to him, just because of the type of person he is.
And then secondly, I've asked a couple other guys about this. Sorry, Coach Cristobal told us or talked about last week about the meeting you guys had after the SMU loss, where got you guys together. He put together a bunch, like a highlight reel of the first few weeks, and wanted you guys to realize who you were. What did that meeting mean, and what was it like seeing how you guys responded after that meeting with the way you guys finished the regular season?
Yeah, I think that meeting was a good way to sort of instill some confidence back in the team. After losing, 2 games in 3 weeks, there can always be some, internal dialogue. Are we going to be the quote unquote same old Miami, or are we going to do something different this year? So, I'm just really proud of the way we responded this year. In life, you're always going to face challenges and obstacles, but I think the way we've responded throughout this year speaks a lot about the character of this football team and the coaches we have. And, I couldn't be more proud of our guys, and excited for the future of this team.
And we'll wrap up with Daryl Streeter. Daryl, go ahead.
James, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you doing?
All right. I think your dad played at the highest level of football. What influence did he have on your football career?
Yeah, he had a ton of influence on my football career. I mean, ever since, I was a little kid, I've always wanted to, play college football, and, playing the NFL and playing big time games like we've gotten this week. So I'd say just since I was very young, I've always, wanted to be like my dad. And, he set a great example for me that I've always tried to hold myself to. So it's always been a big challenge for me. And, I always just, want to make him and my family proud.
Great. Thanks, James. We'll see you Saturday in College Station.
All right. Awesome. Thank y'all.
All right, Carter, we have Francis here.
All right. Francis, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
All right. We're going to wrap up with CC Mauigoa. Again, if you can use the hand raise function so we know to call on you. And we will start with Matt Shodell. Matt, go ahead.
All right. Thanks for taking a couple of minutes here. I just wanted to ask you to talk about sort of the importance of the offensive line holding up and pass protection. I know you guys have been great all year. Is this a different kind of challenge just from what you've seen on tape with Texas A&M leading the country in sacks?
Yeah, I mean, with those guys, I mean, watching film, they're incredible. They're the reason why they're in the playoffs, and I give props to them. With starting from number 9 to number 18 to number 50, those are the guys that I prepared for. But they do one hell of a job, chasing down the quarterback, and we're gonna do our best to protect Carson Beck.
Next, we'll go to Adam Lichtenstein. Adam, go ahead.
Hey, CC, in the same vein, what is Cassius Howell? I think he's number 9.
Mhm.
What does he do that makes him such an effective pass rusher? He's obviously been one of the best in the country, been named an All-American. Just what does he do that makes him so effective?
Yeah, he's fast. He's very fast off the ball. Man, he got some good bend to his game. He knows football a lot. He knows a lot of football. Talking about reading shoulder, offensive tackle shoulders and stuff. He's gonna be a great player for his game, and not only that, but he's gonna be a great player in the NFL as well.
And then kind of a big picture question, because we haven't gotten a chance to talk to you in a couple of weeks. You guys like you, Ruben, Mark Fletcher, Akeem, all these guys who've been with the team 3 or 4 years now. What does it mean to have taken this team to this point? When I know your first year, you guys barely made a bowl game and lost that bowl game. To be in the playoffs now a couple of years later, what does it mean to you guys to have helped get the program to this point?
I mean, that's what we've been talking about. I mean, we came in, it's not always about the beginning, but we want to leave with an impact. I know a couple of years ago we didn't achieve our goals, but we keep trying and we keep getting after it every day, which leads into this point. And I'm very thankful. It's not a one-person job, it takes a whole community. So very thankful for Coach Cristobal and Coach Mirabal for helping us. Not only that, but all of the coaches on the staff to help prep us to get into this position.
Next, we'll go to Jordan McPherson. Jordan, go ahead.
Yeah, hey there, CC. 2 questions. First one, sort of the build off of Adam's last question. What did you see in Coach Cristobal's vision when you were going through the recruiting process that made you believe that you guys were going to eventually be able to get to this point?
He's an old school type of coach, which the type of coach that I grew up on. I mean, growing up in American Samoa, I mean, we didn't have much, but we keep grinding and we keep pushing at it. So it's kind of that type of coach where it's like old school, just thick and bones, just going at it. And he helped push us the O-line a lot because he's with us most of the time. And that much amount of 2 coaches going after it with the O-line, I mean, it's unbeatable, and it pushes us to be the best as we can.
And then when the selection stuff happened last Sunday, just what was your reaction when you finally did see your guys' name up there? Just came down the wire, and just to see that, what were the rush of emotions? What were you feeling in the moment when you saw Miami was in the field?
I mean, when I was watching it, I was on the way to watch my brother's game up in New York. So me and my parents, we was in the car. We're saying our prayers and stuff. But then God blesses us with another chance to play football, and we're very excited for it. And it was a lot of emotion going into it. We get to assignment, and then we got down to okay, we need to go after it now. We can't afford. It's not no normal regular season game. It's the playoffs. One mistake can end it for everyone.
Great. That looks like all the questions we have for today. Cece, thank you so much, and we'll see you Saturday in College Station.
Thank you.
All right, everybody. Thanks for joining us. That wraps up our media availability for today. We will see you again tomorrow as we creep closer to kickoff.
Thanks, Carter.
Hey, Carter, same deal for tomorrow?
I believe so, yes. Cam will
Okay.
send you the advisory, though.
Okay, cool. Thanks.